Okay, here's our video for math homework due on March 22nd. Miss Denton combined 72 ounces of Sprite with 24 ounces of cranberry juice to make a yummy punch for her birthday party. How many cups of punch will she have? So I'm going from ounces to cups, and I combine those two, so I have 72 ounces of Sprite, 24 ounces of cranberry juice, which gives me 96 ounces. And I want to change those ounces into cups. And if I look at my conversion chart, I know that 8 ounces is 1 cup, 16 ounces is 2 cups, and so on. And I'm looking for 96 ounces. Now if I look at my table, I'm going from 8 to 1, 16 to 2. The rule of my table, and this was something in the simulation that a lot of us messed up on, because we said that the rule of the table was times 8, when really we read tables from left to right. So it is 1 cup times 8 equals 8 ounces, but in a table like this, the rule of the table is divide by 8, because I'm dividing ounces by 8 to get cups. So if I have 96 divided by 8, that's going to give me the cups. So I'm going to come over here and divide 96 by 8. I know that 8 times 10 is 80. So if I put 10 in each group, I have 16 left, and I know 8 times 2 is 16, so the answer would be 12. There are 12 cups in 96 ounces. So be real careful with tables like that. If it were flip-flopped, then the rule of the table would be 8, and you'd have what number times 8 equals 96. Now in the simulation there was one like this. The table was already drawn for you, and you had to figure out the rule of the table. A lot of us said multiply, when in fact it was divide. So, number 2, there are 238 books to be displayed evenly among 8 shelves. How many books will be on each shelf? So I have 238. Oops. This is why I use pencils in math for when I make mistakes. Divided by 8, I know that 8 times 3 is 24, and that's too high. So 8 times 2 is 16, so 8 times 20 is 160. So if I put 20 in each group, that leaves me with 78. I know that 8 times 10 is 80. That's a little too high, so 8 times 9 would be 72. So I have 29 books on each shelf, and I have 6 left over. So I would have about 29 books on each shelf. Number 3, what kinds of lines are B and C? We've been talking about lines that look like this, that go on and never ever meet, and they are called parallel lines. And I remember that parallel means that they're lines that never ever meet, because the 2 L's in parallel are also parallel. What kinds of lines are A and B? There are actually 2 kinds of lines that describe these 2 lines. They intersect, but they are a special kind of intersecting lines because they intersect at a right angle, or a 90-degree angle. So they are also perpendicular. So I would be so excited if you had both types of lines there, because they intersect and they're perpendicular. Sally needed new carpet in her playroom. After measuring the room, she determined that she needed 352 square feet of carpet. Which of the following could be the dimensions of her playroom? Alright, so I'm thinking to myself, what do I need to do in this type of a problem? If I am looking for carpet, and it's square feet, I know that that would be the inside of a room, because carpet covers the inside of the room and not just the outside. So the inside would be the area. And I know that we find area by multiplying the length times the width of a room. So I know that I want to get to 352. So I need to figure out which one of these dimensions is going to give me 352. So I'm going to start with 16 by 22. So that gives me 200, 120, 20, and 12. This is 320. This is 32. And I add that together and get 352. Right away, I got the right one. I'm going to go ahead and do B, C, and D, though, to make sure that that's my right answer. Because if I came up with 2 answers that would equal 352, I might want to go back and check A again. So let's try 18 by 20. And I know this takes a little bit more time, but I would rather take the time and get the answers right, especially for any kind of testing that I would do. Make sure that I get it right. Take the time. 200 plus 160 is 360. That's too much. Put a little dot there. And look at all of this work that I'm showing. I've been really hard on you guys lately about making sure that you're showing work and not just putting dots and X's. And these videos are great examples of my expectations of what I'm talking about when I say I need to see the work. Because I can't get inside of your head, so I need you to be able to explain that to me so I know what you're thinking. And a lot of you guys did a really nice job of that on your simulation. C says his length is 10 and the width is 10, so 10 times 10, I know that when I multiply by 10, I just add a 0 to this other one. So this one would be, that area would be 100 square feet, and that's not enough. 13 by 23 would give me, and I know I go really fast sometimes. Please pause at any time to check your work if I'm going too fast. 260 plus 39 is 299, and that's not enough either. So the only answer that would work would be A. Number 5. This was the kind of table that we had on our simulation that some of us thought was multiplication when it was division. This is a great example of the mistakes that we made. Each number in set A is related in the same way to the number below it in set B. So I'm going from 24 to 4, not 4 to 24. If I went from 4 to 24, I'd be multiplying. But I'm going top to bottom. So the rule of this table is not multiplying. I'm multiplying down here to get this number. So if I'm going from top to bottom, I'm going to do the opposite of what I'm doing from bottom to top. And the opposite would be division. So all of these are dividing by 6. So the rule of the table is divide by 6. Divide the number in set A by 6 to get the number in set B. So how would I determine if 54 is in set A? How would I determine the number in set B? 54 divided by 6, which would be 9. So be real careful with these. I know that you knew the answer. Some of you even wrote division here and circled multiplication. So be real careful in that one. Anna's soccer practice starts at 4:15 and ends at 6:05. How long is her practice? This is an elapsed time problem, and I like to use my number line for this one. Some of you guys are using a T-chart. That works too. So I have 4:15. I'm going to go to 5:15. That's 1 hour. Then I know that 5:15 to 6 o'clock is 45 minutes. And then 6 o'clock to 6:05 is 5 minutes. So I have 1 hour and 50 minutes for my total time. Number 7, Ava has 16 baby dolls in 12 boxes in her closet. She takes them all out to play with them. How many dolls does she have? This really should say Ava has 16 baby dolls she has 16 in each box, and there are 12 boxes. So if you were struggling with that one, I apologize. That one should say each box has 16 baby dolls in them, because I wanted you to multiply there. Nobody had a question about that one, so maybe you just assumed that's what I meant. 10 times 10 is 100. 10 times 6 is 60. So this would be 160. I'm going to come over here because I'm running out of space. Plus 32 would be 192. And I did not give you very much room for these, so I apologize. Hopefully you got another one. Number 8 was very similar to one that was on the simulation. I really like this problem because it goes to the next whole number. And I know that many of you know that when you have a number line, no matter what, You always fill in all of the points. And this is where we got tricked up. We went 2 9/10. Some of us put 2 10/10, but look at that. This is really 2 1/10. If I have 2 9/10, my next point is 3. This would be like $2.40, $2.50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then the next dollar. So this one would be 3 1/10, 3 2/10. So the number best represented by point A on the number line, 3 1/10. Number 9, Shannon has a pink skirt, a white shirt, a white shirt, and an orange shirt in her drawer. She has shorts and a pair of jeans. Finally, she has tennis shoes and flip-flops. How many outfit combinations can she make? I'm going to make a tree diagram for this one to find out how many combinations. I have a pink shirt, and I can either wear shorts or jeans. With those shorts, I can either wear tennis shoes or flip-flops. With the jeans, I can wear tennis shoes or flip-flops. Then, after my tree diagram, I count on the bottom. Some of us started counting all of them. We just want to count from the bottom because this means pink shirt, shorts, tennis shoes, pink shirt, shorts, flip-flops, pink shirt, jeans, tennis shoes, pink shirt, jeans, flip-flops. So each one of my shirts are going to have 4 combinations, and the only difference in their tree diagrams is going to be that top. So white would look like this. And then orange would look like this. Again, did not give you enough room, so hopefully you got another piece of paper. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that should be 12 combinations. And number 10. Henry has collected 108 basketballs from 6 stores. He collected the same amount from each store. How many did he collect from each store? So I have 108. This store, this store, this store, this store, this store, and this store. So that's division. 108 divided by 6. 6 times 1 is 6. So 6 times 10, 60. So if I put 10 in each group, I have 48 left. And I know 6 times 8 is 48. So there are 18 from each store. So go to the front and write, I checked my work with your video.